investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on the 19th of Thursday, September. We're looking at the Dow up 502, 503. And at 42,000. And this is going to be very interesting because, look, we've got a little doji here. The objective in the Chapman wave, let me just do this here because although it's Technical Friday, this will be Thursday. We'll do a little technicals right here. Let's go there. There it is. So look, in the Chapman wave, we try to identify the lowest low bar, count each successively highest peak. And each peak is alphabetized sequentially. Go A through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The fourth highest peak is D. The objective is go from a buy signal, upgrade it to a buy mode, take you to at least D. D is where other things can happen. There are other patterns that we look at. Where are we now? We're in leg D. They had that phantom peak. It did pull back sharply, but the cup and handle said if it makes a new high, you move the B over from where it was over there, and I'll still keep it ready to say at this particular point we had used a phantom peak. That went to a C at 41,585 on the 29th of August, pulled back pretty sharply to the 40,000 level, and here we are 2,000 points higher in leg D with a doji candle. That was inverted red Chapman wave Roman candle, small one, but a Roman candle nevertheless. So the idea is if it closes above for 2 sessions out of 3, if it closes above the high that was made, that was yesterday, Wednesday, at 41,981.97, and we're right now at 41,984. If it does that for 2 out of 3 days, then you've got in that red candle, you've got the opening price, which was at 41,628, as very good support. If in fact you close here into that wick and you go below the wick of 41,800 for about 45 to 60 minutes anytime today, there's a good chance you can be pulling back even further. So this is going to be very interesting. And then you've got a leg D in the weekly chart, and it goes right. So we were looking at this cup and handle pattern. As I said before, one of my least favorite patterns, only because if you don't get it exactly the turn, and we had a choice, we could have added to our 3 times long UDOW. I said, no, we're going to go for other positions. We've already got that position. Let's not do that right now. But that would have been good because we would have been able to play all the way to this leg D. We did take a little bit off our core long at this particular point. Was it yesterday? I think yesterday or the day before for a very nice gain, but we've still got our core position, not messing around with that. But there is a chance that we are making a leg D, and that this D, the high of 42,105 that we're seeing right now, actually stays as the high if at any point we start to trade under 41,300 in the next 2 or 3 days. So those are the parameters I'm looking at. And we've got a leg D in the weekly chart, a leg E in the monthly chart. Let's go to the S&P. S&P, I want to do this quickly today because there's a lot going on. This also has a potential for a D right now with a doji candle and a peak C1, C2 right at the 56.51s. But then we did take out the 56.69.67 high of the 16th of July. It is a kind of a cup and handle as well. It's more like 2 V-shaped patterns. Doesn't matter. This is going to be very important. The high today, 57.13.02. If we don't supersede that between today, tomorrow, and Monday, but instead we close anywhere in the halfway marker of that wick at below 56.64, you don't have to close there. You just have to break under it. That'll say, oh, short-term, just a short-term top. Look, all of them have very good technicals, so it would just be a breather. And the weekly chart did make a new high. And the big question for me is that a peak E with a down arrow? I can't really do that because the 9-period moving average didn't even get close to turning pink in the weekly chart of the S&P. And everything now is still positive. But what happens often is that you get, oh, I should do this right here. Okay, blank chart. There we go. Move this over. Look, here's the Dow. Look how fantastic that 9-period moving average has been. Actually, talking about that, let me show you something very interesting. The 9-period moving average just went pink about 30 minutes ago for the first time in the ESZ. That's the December contract of the S&P E-mini. And look what happened. That bar at 8 o'clock last night flipped to green. So from that level on, 8 o'clock last night, Eastern time, until 9:50, almost 10 o'clock. I mean, I would call that 14 hours. That green kept you in the trade all the way through. At this point, it's gone pink. The price is actually just above the pink line, but it's still pink. So I'm saying this is a very important moment right now. There's a lot going on. And as far as I can tell, I haven't got any signals to say, hey, this should be the top and everything's going to collapse from here. I'm just saying I'm watching it closely. Let's go back to our story. I was talking about the 9-period moving average. So here's the weekly in the S&P, very strong. Monthly, very strong. Daily, still strong. And for the fourth time in 4 months, we've hit the pink inside track rising repellent. This is called the propellant repellent inside track. So we hit that line, got repelled at the green line, hasn't closed above it. This is the first time, but we haven't got the end of the month. It's still just more the beginning, more the middle of the month. And the 9-period moving average has gone higher. I'm calling this a leg F, but everything about it suggests that it's probably an F/B. I'm calling it an F for now. Do a little more assessing, but there's nothing here that suggests that this is really an F. It looks like that was an instant restart, and there's going to be an F/B with higher prices to come in 2024. Wow. Key support, I'd say 55.92 at first, but really 55.60 is going to be really important over the next few days. Let's go to the QQQ. Wow, I'm spending a lot of time on this. QQQ, I typed it in the wrong place. There were so many questions I wanted to get to. All right. Okay. So the QQQ is trading up. It's actually up at 11. That's really good. So I've got this as a gray leg B. But if it surpasses the next 2 days, 485.54, the high of the 26th of August, probably that's going to be the C. It'll pick up that last peak right there and go to a C. Unless it pulls back, then it gets an overlapping wave, which could be really powerful. But in the meantime, the weekly chart, wow, everything here suggests that this pullback should attempt to get to the 500 level that was the high. What was the exact high? 503.52. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour. Dow's up 454. S&P's up 90.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the US futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, folks. So we're looking at the dollar, and the dollar is up 0.09, ticks at 101.04. This pattern, the arch formation, did take out the left side low, and today, and then it closed above the left side low, and today is a little bit higher. And this is a leg G with an alternate count G/C in the weekly chart. And it seems to me that the dollar right here is very close to a level where there's often a bounce. But if you look at the MACD, the way it's rallied and the price hasn't rallied, and if you look at the stochastic, which went above 80, well, part of it went to the faster moving average, went above 80%, but it did rally, and the price didn't really hold all that well. It just tells me that internally the dollar could bounce, but nothing yet seriously. So if you look at the EUR USD, this has gone to a peak D. It's made a cup formation. It's tried to take it out on the left side. The MACD hasn't crossed positive. If it does, then the euro should go a little higher. It's at 1.112, up 0.003. It's at a peak E in the weekly chart, and the monthly chart is trying to get back to the inside track repellent zone. So this is a work in progress. Let me just draw this because although it's not Technical Friday, I'll do some of the technicals right here. And that's just trying to make that cup formation right there. And it says by Tuesday, if it's going to do anything, by Tuesday, that's the opportunity to retest the high that was made on the 26th of August at 1.120. Okay, and now we're going to go to the USD JPY, which is the yen. And that's trading right now. It's got a little bit of a rally. Like the dollar, it took out the arch formation. The arch formation from the left side high low that was made back around about August the 5th, and it took it out, went below it, and for 3 sessions now, 3 sessions, it's actually closed above that low. So this is a start of at least an attempt to try to rally, but it hasn't rallied yet. It's at 143.17, and have a look at this wheat. Does wheat made a peak C? It's pulled back quite sharply. So it's had that rally in the daily chart that we were looking at recently. It's stalling right now. Let's look at soybeans, same thing. It's had a good rally, and now it's just kind of walking the 9-period moving average. It's at 1,015 in the continuous contract. It needs to close above 1,034 to really pierce the 14-period moving average in the weekly chart. It's going to struggle a little bit to do that. And if you look at it, looking at corn, that was doing very nicely. That actually went to a peak D, stalled, retested yesterday, and now it's weak today. Also attempting, these grains are attempting to move higher. But what's fascinating is DBA, which is the DB Agricultural Fund, is trading at 25.78, a very strong leg F, which has all the characteristics of actually a B, a brand new B, broke above the down channel. So this is the DB Agricultural Fund, which has those grains. And we are long, and I keep saying to subscribers, when it comes back into the 22s, I keep saying, should we put in a buy? Because even if it moves 2 or 3 points, that's 10, 12, 13%. And here it is at 25.76. It's done this so many times. Look at that, 26.17 on the last buy from the 22s, 26.61. That was back in April when it ran from the 22. I don't know. It keeps doing that. So it's a very good trading vehicle, and I keep talking about it. We have it from the 13s, but I haven't added to it. It's a bit of a waste because it's done exactly what we were looking for. Anyway, so with that said, let me just see. I got a question about. Yeah, so I've gone through the different currencies, gone through the grains. I want you to go through, look, yes, CC. CC is the cocoa continuous contract, has gone to a leg D in a very quick peak A, 1 bar rest, 2 bar rest, then a leg B, 1 bar rest, leg C, 2 bars rest, and there's leg D, a very small. This should pull back a little bit, but it's in an uptrend at this particular point. KC, and in the weekly chart, it's just got this rectangle that says it should work its way to the higher highs. Let's go back. Let's go to coffee. Whoops, coffee. Let's type it in over here. There we go. Coffee, KC, is trading. Look, monthly chart leg E, very strong. Highs, major highs. Leg D in the weekly chart. And I've got, I haven't typed in. So here's your A. Remember, just each higher peak gets labeled. But if there's an inside peak below, you've got to label it as well. But it becomes gray because it's under the major peak. B, C, and there it went to D. And now it's just digesting gains at 260.50 down 3.90. But it is an upward trajectory. Okay, questions came in. Oh, BTC. BTC is the Bitcoin. Finally, we've got your Bitcoin rallying very nicely. This is a good move. This is a leg D, a very quick peak A, then a B, then a C, and here's your leg D. Usually when this happens, it does have a bit of a pullback, not a major sell or anything like that, but you got to be prepared that when it does very quick peak A, then a B, then a C, and a leg D, that D sometimes can pull back quite sharply and very suddenly. But this is the first time that there is, in about 3 weeks, a decent leg to the upside. But if you look at the monthly chart, what I said back in March, I think we made a high that's going to be a multi-month high with lower highs and much lower lows. And then I think we're getting close. I think we're actually getting close to some kind of a rally in Bitcoin. So maybe this is the start of it at 63,000. Let's look at GBTC. Yeah, okay. So that's the Bitcoin Investment Trust. Okay, so the question came in, is this a buy, maybe C? It's a leg D. I usually don't like to start a position in leg D. Look at the last one. Look at the big pullback. I'm afraid you're going to, it might be, but I have to say to you, be a little careful. Just take a breather. Oh, I did a mistake. That's B right there. A, B, quick C, and quick D. Yeah, just hold off a little bit. Let's look at it again tomorrow or Friday. I'll be doing tomorrow's show at 8 a.m. in the morning to be recorded because I have to leave for a little bit. Okay, so that's that. All right, now let's see that question. So let's go to the U.S. This is the bonds. So we made a leg D. Remember the Chapman wave objective to go from a buy signal to a buy mode? That takes you to a D. D's where other things can happen. It can go to an E, F, G, but D's where you have to reassess. So this D that was made back in July, right in the 120 area, pulls back, and then has a huge spike up to an E, and then that comes down. Then underneath it, you get peak A, peak B, peak C, and then we had the D the other day. Then you went to 2 weeks ago, and then you went to an E, and now we're pulling back sharply. So this is a very interesting thing. E in the daily, leg D in the weekly, only a leg B in the monthly, and look at the TNX. This is the 10-year. The 10-year is trying to rally. This is a leg A, all right? And the weekly chart, just horrible, nothing to see. But the monthly chart tells you that although it made a peak E way back in about a year ago, what's interesting is that dreaded H pattern did come down, but it's testing the long-term horizontal line. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Dow's at 427.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks, I just need to do this quickly. So this is the 1 minute E-mini, walking the 9-period moving average, yet again in another leg D. This is only a leg B. If this is correct, I can't believe it. And the 5-minute chart is just recycled to a new buy signal into a buy mode because the stochastic's at 84%. And this is a new move in the 10-minute chart, which flipped back to green on the 9-period moving average. That is quite extraordinary. That's one of the reasons why I said to subscribers today, look, we're not doing anything on the short side. We had a position yesterday that if the Dow failed, Dow and the S&P failed, we would have picked up at a certain point a short position, an aggressive but small aggressive short position. And the same thing today. Only if the Dow fails and the S&P fails and goes to a certain level does that get triggered. In the meantime, we're just holding the long positions. And this is amazing that the Dow is now 517. S&P is up 103. It doesn't happen. Someone said in the den, where was it? If I can just find it. Was it the den? About the number of times. Oh, where was that? Is that in the Tiger YouTube? Oh, yeah. This is the second largest opening. Thanks, Pat. This is the second largest opening gap in history of SPY when trading at a 2-week high, a 52-week high. Only larger gap was on November the 9th, 2020, after the release of data showing the COVID vaccine was effective. Woo. So that was November 9th, 2020. Let me just do this for a moment here. So I have the chart up of the TNX, but let's just go to, that's the 10-year note, right on the 200, on the horizontal line that I've said, been here many times before. Yeah, it was some time ago, but way back in the 2009-2010 period. So it's not a big deal. It's what happens in other areas at the same time. But look at this. So let's go to the S&P, SPX on X. There we go. Let's look at November 9th. November 9th, huh? 2020. So that's 1417. There's 2020. So November the 9th. Oh, I'm not sure I want to look at this. November the 9th was right there. This candle here. And the month closed with a little inverted, like a dragonfly pattern, little mini one, almost like an inverted red Roman candle. But then what happened is you had a higher high in the inside track repellent zone for 3 months. So it was November, December, January made 4818.62, 4818.62. January 2020 was the high. And then whoosh, and I called that a peak B. There was no other way to count it. And we spent months saying, you can make a peak D under it. That'll negate it. But there's a really good chance that if this is correct, we should somehow or other go to a leg C. Well, lo and behold, we went to the peak C underneath, and then we went to D. So all I'm saying is that within 3 months after that gap on the 9th of November of 2020, oh, wait a minute, no, I did that wrong. This is 2020. Oh, it's the same thing. So, it's exactly the same thing. There was an inside track, look, repellent zone, the dashed line, right there. That's 2020. No, that's 19. Come on, wake up, mister. What's going on? Ah, there it is. 2020's, oh, that's right. 2020 is right there. Gosh, I missed that. That's 2020. And then look at that. So this is November of 2020 at in the 3645s. And lo and behold, you went higher the next month and higher the next month, and you continued higher until you went to this high right here. Let me just check this. Did I miss that? 3736. Oh, it did go higher. Yeah. Until it went to that peak B. Yeah, okay. Whew. So that actually went higher for a while. In fact, not just a while, it went higher for a year. Yeah, to 2022. All right, so much for that. I thought that would have been fascinating. Oh, man. Anyway, misread it. No big deal. We'll move on. And let's just go on to see where we are right now. Okay, so that was the S&P. I got diverted. So I did look at that. Well, thanks for that information. And now let's go. So the question was the FXI. Remember the FXI? We were looking at that. I said it's holding quite well. It's got the peak C1, C2, C3. Is this a peak C4? And in fact, it turns out that you could spike higher. That's what happens very often in this particular pattern. And lo and behold, it made peak C4, had a red candle yesterday, and today it screams higher. This is the iShares China Large Cap ETF. FXI is the symbol, trading at 26.96, up 77 cents, up 2.9%. And that gives me a leg D. Could this become a brand new D/B? Absolutely it could, but I'm just calling it a D for now. And then it's a leg B in the weekly chart, a gray leg B because it failed at a peak C. And this says that the FXI, China Large Cap ETF, should in 2024, maybe you don't have to go to 2025, should attempt to get above that peak C on the week of the 17th of May, 29.53. It's trading at 26.97. That's actually a long way to go, but let's see what happens. All right. We want to go to questions. I wrote them down. Okay, today's Thursday. Yes, isn't this fascinating? Race is Ferrari. It did. You remember talking about this? I said it's making a peak F right here. What happens next is going to be very important because as I read it, folks who buy Ferraris, it's a different category altogether to, say, Bentleys and things like that. So in the meantime, what we're looking at is race made an all-time high, just under 500. It's trading right now at 473. It's digesting gains. And I wasn't sure whether this should be called a G or a C in the weekly chart because everything about it says it should be a C and that it should go to a leg D, and it's a leg E in the monthly chart. So I'll just keep an eye on this. Just the question was yesterday, and I didn't get to it. Just where is race, Ferrari? And I'm just telling you that it's pulled back. It's in a sell mode on the daily. The weekly chart is still in a buy mode. Monthly chart's in a buy mode. And but if it can get to the 4, it's at 473 right now. At any point in September, if it can break above and close above the high of the 6th of September, which is at 484.22, got another break coming up. I'll be back, Basil Chapman. That'll be a positive. Dow's up 510. I don't even care.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the US futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Just real quickly, I wanted to go through the 1-minute chart. Got a peak D, 9-period moving average just turned negative. I did have this as a B, but I believe it didn't take out the instant restart low. Let's see, 57.48, 57, 50, 25. Good. So that becomes a G/C. I need to know that because there's a good chance, and I believe that there's just I cannot rule it out that this is some kind of a short-term top in the down. We're preparing for that. We are being long. We've got everything's working very nicely. But just to be prepared, maybe even as insurance, and this would be, this is what would happen if there is a failure. There isn't yet, but if there is a failure, then I would put an inverted V-shaped little pattern there, and that would say you've used up your down arrow because it did close under the 14-period moving averages, but be prepared. So I'm just saying, be prepared here. This is just such an unusual. Can you imagine being short and you had to cover, and now all the covering, and what happens is the market, it's like a right arm extension or a rogue wave where the price suddenly goes, it looks like everything's going down like the close yesterday. It looks like, oh, maybe that's the top. You got your leg Ds, etc. And then all of a sudden overnight, there's this massive, I don't know if you can say for no reason. There must have been a reason, but out of the blue, let's say. There's this huge move to the upside. So that traps the longs and the shorts. So the longs say, oh, I should never have sold. It's holding. I've got to get back in. And the shorts say, oh, my God, can you believe it? Let's wait a little bit longer. And they wait a little bit longer, and it goes higher. So they cover, and then the market says, okay, we're done with that. It acts a little bit like a rogue wave, and now it pulls back. I'm not saying it will, but I'm prepared if it does. Now, I want you to go through a couple of things. Look, SPLV, because it's the low volatility fund, the last 3 days with that volatility, it's pulled back from a peak D. If you look at the SPG, is that correct? SPG, Simon Property. I didn't want to go to Simon Property. And I always forget the thing. I've got it written down, RSP. RSP, that is the, here we go. This is the equal weight. That had a spike to the upside. Is this now a leg E or brand new A? I just, for caution's sake, I'm calling it right now an E, and let it prove itself that it's not an E, that it's an E/A, and it's an E in the weekly charts. I'm just saying, be ready, because I think there is a chance that we are seeing all the fake outs that are needed. That right arm extension acts like a rogue wave. It's a Chapman wave technique, and it says, especially by 10:20, that's where the real market for the next part of the session starts. I don't know. All I can say is, let me just do this now because I had a question about it. So the question came in, where would you start to see negativity on the day? And I would just do it this way. Let's go to the Dow INDU. So the Dow is trading right now at 41,905. If it, maybe this is pushing it a little bit, but just imagine that it actually starts to trade for about 35 to 40 minutes under 41,830. It's not a big deal. It's only 70, 80 points below this. That's that wick. That's the Chapman wave, inverted Chapman wave Roman candle at a high. So I'd say that's where you got to be careful, because if by the end, I'd say to subscribers to my opening call, I always do a Dow analysis every single day, besides my Traders Corner with all our positions, etc. And I just need to mention, I'm going to try my best to do my weekend overview video either later in the session this afternoon or maybe tonight. I'm going to try to get it done because I don't think I can get it done until Sunday otherwise. So I'm trying to get it done. Now, in the meantime, back at the ranch, that's what I look at for the S&P. S&P right now, doji candle trading up 87 to 57.06, made an all-time high of 57.2388. I would say to you that that's just too far, 56.66. Let's go to the high of yesterday, which was 56.89. Yes. So we're at 57.05. If for 30 minutes, the S&P trades below 56.90, just be really careful. Next one is the QQQ. QQQ hasn't taken out the left side high, but it's up at 483. If, for instance, it gives back 5 or 6 points of the gain that it's got now, that's really not good. That really suggests that this was more a short covering and a fake out to the upside. So I'd just be really careful. And the IWM, which has given back some of the huge gains that it had earlier, it's kind of a red candle. And today is the day that it has this left side, right side price time match in the U going to a W formation. But it is with a stochastic at 80%. That's good. All the technicals are good. So I would just say if the IWM trades for 30 minutes under 221.30, just be a little careful there. Now, has the IWM kind of done its move for now, and now it's going to have a big digestive phase? That I have to assess by the end of the day. I can't really say. And even gold, look, gold is trading now up 7. It made a peak D, and there's a leg D made a leg D in the daily, leg D in the weekly. If it breaks to a new recovery high above yesterday's high of 2627.2 in the continuous contract, that's really positive. But I don't think it's going to do that. But if for any reason it goes to, it's at 2606 right now. If it goes to 2587 in the next 2 days, that just says, we just might have made a little short-term top here. And look at bonds. Wow. I mean, bonds, something's wrong in this picture. Isn't it that the bonds should be much higher so that yields are lower? And yet you've got a leg D, maybe a peak D coming up in Toll Brothers at 152.18, up 2.04. Anyway, it's asked about Tesla. So Joe, Tesla is in leg E, doing very nicely. The weekly chart is improving. It made a peak C and then pulled back. This is now a new gray leg C. I don't see it going to a D above that high there. Not right now. It's going to take a little while to get to the 271.01 with a 271 round number high that was made the week of the 12th of July. So in the meantime, back at the ranch, what we are looking at here is, so Tesla's acting very nicely. It's gone to a leg E in the daily. Let me just type that in. Leg E. And the technicals is very interesting because you remember the stochastic was lagging before. Now it's hugging the 78 levels, trying to get to 80. But I've got a break coming up. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow's at 414. I'll be right back.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry August 9th and 23rd for more live trading action. For this month only, use code LarryAug24 at checkout to save $50 off your first month as a subscriber to Live Trading Fridays for his live trading sessions, where you'll sit right beside him as he trades the market live. For this month only, enter code LarryAug24 and save $50 off your first month. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, so we're back, and let me just do this. That was Tesla. Let me just really run these quickly. Amazon, and the last few minutes, and I type it in the correct place, and just type in here, quickly, there we go. AMZN, Amazon, trading up. It's in leg F in the daily chart, leg gray, leg B. So this is actually holding up 3.27, up nicely. Our Microsoft hasn't gone to a leg D yet. It's acting quite nicely. It's up 7, but it's not fantastic, but it is good action. And I'm very pleased to say that from the 385 low that was made August the 5th. There it is at 438. We're along from 338. But most importantly, it is holding very nicely. Let's go to Apple. Apple should have had a nice pop today. Yes, up 7.5 at 228.31. So that's why I don't want to get overly cautious. Say, oh my God, look at this. Now we've got a major top. I just think a breather would be appropriate right now with this move overnight. And you've got to be prepared for that. And what we would do is just get some insurance. That's all. We've got nice long positions working well. Oh, quick question was DraftKings. Yeah, this is actually held well. It's up against resistance. I prefer the one that we actually own is Genius Sports Limited. I like the pattern much better in both the weekly and the daily chart. Great XC, it's trading at 778, up 13 cents. We've got 2 long positions in it, but we have to wait and see how it breaks this monthly chart. So with that said, let's go to the VIX index as we wrap up. And I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Should be fabulous programming here at TFNN today. VIX is down at $1.61 at 16.62. Hey, I thought it'd be at the 15s. It's at 16. So at any point in the next 2-3 days, if it has a pop and gets to 17.50 or a little bit higher, then the market can have a pullback. I'm just saying, we are thrilled that we're moving higher, but I am kind of cautious saying I think there's a chance that maybe today we've just seen an overbought level that needs to digest those gains. That's what I'm saying. Check out my opening call, my daily newsletter, and as I say, I'll try to get a video out, my hour-long video for the weekend. I'll get it early, and tomorrow